Hi creatives, I'm Chidi, your favorite fashion designer and tutor. On today's tutorial, I'll be explaining in detail how to cut and sew this beautiful puff sleeve, how you can make it bigger, smaller, or to your exact choice. If this is what you'll be interested in, then come with me as I show you how. So here we have the basic sleeve already drafted. I've drafted the basic sleeve and I'll be altering it to get the puff sleeve that you can see on the screen. Right here, I'm measuring the around hand. This is how to measure your around hand. So I'm making this dress for a plus size. So the around hand is basically 5.5. Yes, and I added ½ inch for ease. So that is 6. I'll be connecting it just as you can see me do. So I'm using my pattern master to connect it to the other part of the sleeve around the armhole. I'm trying to clean a little error I had there. Just flow, you will understand every bit of what I am doing. I'm trying to make the line visible so that you see very well what I'm doing, since this is not a marker. Right here, I'm measuring where the level of the coach of the first puff sleeve, the level the first puff sleeve will take, that is what I am measuring here. I'm trying to square it just as you can see me do. Watch closely and you will understand. I'm trying to make the line more visible here. So I'm taking the level of the second coach of the sleeve. I took it as 16, as you can see me do. So that is what I am doing there. I took it as 16 for the second coach. So right now I'm pointing the cuff, the area that will be fitted. I will have to cut it out and keep this side aside till when it will be needed. So I'm cutting it out. This is the cuff, the fitted part of the sleeve. I've labeled it 1, 2, 3 and then cuff. That is what I did there. So I've trimmed the remaining part of that cuff level and this is what we are left with. So I'll go ahead and manipulate this very one. So I've gotten a fresh paper, placed this on it. Watch carefully to understand, please. Place this on it and unfold too. Watch carefully. I'm trying to use a paper tape to stick it on. I'm cutting the first level of the puff sleeve. I've cut it. So I will take a measurement 2 inches. Note that this can be more than this. My client is a plus size, so she wanted this puff to be as portable as possible. She doesn't want it too big so that it doesn't make her look too big. So you can take this 3 or even 4, yes, to make it more puffier and fuller. But I took 2 because my client is a plus size. Okay, so down there I took 3. Also note that this 3 can also be 4 or 4.5, please. It can take to that level. But I'm making it 3 also because of what my client wants. And I hope you understand this perfectly. So you can see how I squared up that line there. Okay, beautiful. I'm tracing the sleeve right now. This is the first stage of the alteration. It's not the final alteration. So I'm cutting it out right now. I'm cutting it out so that I will now do the second alteration. I've cut it out. This is the cuff. I'll still keep it aside. So I'll be manipulating this by drawing a line. Yes, I'll be drawing a vertical line along the sleeve. Okay, let me show you. There is a measurement to be taken so that you know exactly where you put this. Just know the middle of that biceps. I took just 4 inches from the fold line. 4 inches from the fold line. The middle of this biceps is 5. I didn't take it at 5. I just took 4 inches from the fold line. I hope you understand. I don't want to take it at 5 because it won't really give me what I want. Not like it won't be okay. It will still be okay, but then I feel 4 is just perfect. 4 from the fold line. That's where I drew that vertical line. Now watch what I'm going to do. My biceps, as you can see, the fullest part of the sleeve is 10. So my client said she wants it to be not too full. She doesn't want it to be too full. So I multiplied this 10. I'll be adding another 10 to the fullness of the sleeve. So I'm adding 5 from this fold, as you can see me do. I did 5 and sticked down the first part of the sleeve. I will take another 5 inches before I stick the second part down. That is what I'm doing here. But please, this can be bigger. You can make it 10-10 so that it will be very, very full. But my client is plus size and she doesn't want her sleeve to be that full. That's why I'm trying to control the fullness of this puff sleeve. Now I'm taking 5. This 5 is mainly to form that puffy part of the shoulder. So if you want it to be very high, very, very high, you can make it even 7. You can make it 7. So that will make the sleeve to be very puffy after gathering. So, but my client just wants it to be portable and nice since she's very big, so that it doesn't make her look too big. She's plus size, so that she doesn't look too big on it. So right now I'm cutting out the sleeve. I'm using 1/2 inch allowance to cut it out, as you can see. Watch carefully and you will understand every bit of what I am doing. Okay? I'm cutting the hem right now. Okay. So this is what we have. Note that I said you can make it bigger. You can spread it wider than this. I've removed the paper pieces and this is how I'm going to be forming gather along the center. Watch closely to understand. This is the cuff. I'll go ahead and use the lace strip from my client's material, the pieces from it. That's what I'm using to cut the cuff. Please, this sleeve is of this length because that is exactly what she prefers. The total length of this sleeve after making is about 21. You can make it 23 if you want it to be as long as, you know, coming down even after your wrist. You can do that. You can do that. It's strictly by preference. She wants hers to end at 21 or 21.5. Yeah. That's why the length of my original sleeve is 21.5 before all these alterations. So I'm marking the level of this line. I didn't mark it earlier. I'm going to notch there so that I'll know where I will put my elastic strip. Watch closely to understand. I've notched there. You know, I doubled this organza fabric. I actually used 2 yards of organza for one sleeve. What is remaining is not much. So this is really material consuming. So I'll be putting this elastic along that line that I formed. I stitched 2 lines, 2 seam lines on this double layered organza fabric. So in between the 2 seams that I formed at the middle of the sleeve, I am putting my elastic. I believe you can see perfectly what I'm doing. Aside what I'm saying, just watch closely. So I have passed the elastic through the middle of the sleeve. I'll go ahead and pin it down. Please note that the measurement of this elastic is the measurement of your biceps. Yes, use the measurement of your biceps, the fullest part of your arm. When you measure it, just remove 1 inch from it and then cut out your elastic. That will be perfect so that it won't be too tight on your hand when you are making it. So here I have the lace fabric. I'll be forming gather, but before then I'm putting a notch at the middle of the sleeve where I'll be gathering. I'm also putting a notch at the middle of the organza fabric where I will also need the gather. So I'm going to gather this organza fabric on this cuff or the fitted part, the fitted lower part of the sleeve. So I'll go ahead and do it, then I'll show you. So right here, I've formed the gather on the cuff. As you can see, the sleeve is turning very beautiful. I've formed the gather. I'll go ahead and put another elastic there. Please take note that this elastic, as you are putting it, you'll be dragging it slightly, very slightly, so that it will not be too tight. I like putting it so that when the owner wears the sleeve, it will not be falling off, or for any reason, it will just be at the place you position it. So you can see our finished sleeve. I'll form the gather at the tip, at the cap of the sleeve. The sleeve is almost very ready. I'm showing you the back. The back is still rough. I don't have the color of the weaving thread. That's why I didn't weave it, but I'll still weave it. I'll get the color of the weaving thread and go ahead and weave or serge these rough areas. So this is what I did. I joined it. I hope you can see clearly what I did. This is the beautiful sleeve that we have at the end. This is lovely, as you can see. Guys, see what we have. So beautiful and lovely. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on your notification bell. Also like and comment, as this helps me to know how you understand and what you think about this video. Please don't fail to do this. Thanks for your support. I appreciate you all. I love you all. See you in the next one. Bye.